I mean, basically shutting down Hill, and then you kept McCaffrey out of the end zone.
We're confident in one another and just believe in one another, and it all comes back down to just everybody doing their job and trust the person next to you. So we know that we're a really good team when we do things right, and when we don't do things right, things don't go our way. So we just got to keep doing what we're doing.
Feels like, in a way, Coach Bradley's kind of let you guys have a little more free reign to be aggressive on blitzes and stuff like that. Has that helped kind of that being more aggressive and going after guys a little bit more these last couple of weeks?
Yeah, it's putting pressure on the quarterback and putting less pressure on our DBs so they don't have to cover as long. So getting heat on the quarterback makes him have to force a bad read or bad passes, and it's getting us more sacks. We got a couple more sacks this past couple games, so I feel like it's working. It's going good.
You mentioned about just having trust in your teammates and stuff, but when you have a game like you did against BYU, does that kind of reinforce the fact that you guys can all do this together? What you've been preaching in practice can actually work in a game?
Yeah, exactly. And we're playing like a similar team. They got a very good running quarterback and a lot of good skill guys. So we got to be great with tackling this week and keeping the quarterback contained.
How big of a factor is also having everybody? You guys got Tag back, you got Dion back, you kind of like have everybody now in your full defense.
Yeah, I feel it's good just knowing that we have so many dangerous guys everywhere, and it's going to be hard for offenses to try to get yards on us and score. So with just having good guys like that just around, it's making us a tough defense.
I think Coach Bradley was saying that one of your jobs against BYU was just handle Taysom Hill. Like that was kind of your role. How important is it to have just a guy assigned to the quarterback, especially when you're facing a guy like Brandon Dawkins who runs all over the place?
Yeah, Brian Dawkins, he's a very fast quarterback and very talented. And just having like that position just gives our D-line the freedom to work the pass rush, and just know that I have their back, or whoever is assigned to the quarterback has their back, and so they can do moves and get home. So it just gives them more freedom to do whatever they want.
So will we see you doing a similar role this week?
Possibly, depending on what he calls. So hopefully.
How much more fun has it been just to come out and I mean, obviously you guys lost the game, but the defense has been really playing well the last 2 weeks. When you come out in practice after a performance like that, does it kind of give you a little boost in your step and out here?
We felt like as a defense we let the team down, so we come out hungry, and like today we ended practice in a red zone situation, and we went back. We were talking to each other, all right, pretend this is the fourth quarter and this is the last drive, and let's get a stop. So we put ourselves in game time situations in our head so we can come out for our team.
So the takeaway has been that even though you played well in the game, you were down because obviously they scored on that last one.
If they don't score, we don't lose, and so we just got to do a better job of keeping offenses off the scoreboard.
How do you compartmentalize that, like, just crushing feeling of losing versus that feeling of you should feel pretty good because you played pretty well against such a tough team?
You just got to look at the bigger picture. We want victories. We can care less about how we stop McCaffrey. We want to win. So we did good as a defense, but not good enough, and we want to improve. And we let the loss from last week feed us into this week and throughout the rest of the season. We don't want to feel like we did last week. So we let that fuel us throughout this whole practice, and hopefully it shows out the rest of the season.
Coach White was talking about Kenny Young. He was saying that he's probably playing some of his best football since coming to coming to UCLA. What stands out to you about the way Kenny's playing?
Kenny's more comfortable than ever, I believe, and he knows so much of the defense. He's coming. He's having a really good season, and it should follow throughout the rest of the season.
Did you have a year in high school where you started out slow but ended up winning a championship, or kind of like a 2-2 start? Can you use that as a reminder that things can bounce back pretty quick in a good way?
Yeah, it's just then we still got the same goals that we had in the beginning of the season. We want to make it to the Pac-12 championship, and everything's still there. We just gotta win out and just take care of our job in the South so we can get a chance to play whoever wins the North in the Pac-12 championship.